Get a load of this white one. I do kind of like the roof rack on it. I've actually never seen that on this generation Tacoma just yet, from factory I should say. Obviously I've seen a lot of modified ones, but get a load of this price tag. They're able to move them and they're able to sell them because they're coming with huge discounts right now. We're talking $8,000 to $11,000 off of MSRP, but that's the only way they can move them. That is the only way they can move them, because they come with price tags like that. It really is as simplistic and raw as it gets, and there's a whole lot to appreciate about that, especially for true Toyota enthusiasts who just want something that works. Reliability, you turn the key, it's going to start every single time. This here checked a lot of boxes and scratched the itch for people. Then we have this 2023 Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro, obviously in that solar octane color. It looks incredible. I've owned this vehicle a few different times throughout the last several years, and I always really enjoy owning this generation Tacoma. The new 2024 just feels far too different, right? We get that four-cylinder. They force you to have a four-cylinder now. You know, it'd be great if Toyota offered a naturally aspirated V6 option, but I just don't know if that's ever going to happen. But this here, little did we know at the time, the biggest gripe we had was really the gear hunting issue. And I say issue loosely because it was still a very, very reliable platform. The power delivery was just questionable for a lot of people, myself included. I've owned it, but it never really bothered me that much. But I gotta tell you, as I look at this, right after looking at that new, in my personal opinion, the new 2024 Tacoma, I love the look and body lines of the old generation here. Maybe that'll change over time, but just knowing that you have to have a turbocharged four-cylinder underneath the hood or a hybridized iForce Max underneath the hood for the TRD Pro, I don't know. It rubs me the wrong way, and I really appreciate the last of the third generation Tacoma here and its simplicity at large. It looks great. You got TRD Pro embossed in the bed here. I definitely love the look of it, and with those TRD wheels, I think it looks incredible. TRD upper control arms. Sorry guys, the weather is pretty bad. Rock Springs, Wyoming. Middle of nowhere, Wyoming, and well, that's a rolling in. But I wanted to show this to you before the weather got too bad, of course, and compare that price tag. MSRP on this, just over $53,000 back in 2023. The new 2024 Tacoma TRD Pro, over $65,000. Over $65,000 for the 2024 Trailhunter too. So let me know which one you prefer and why. Not to mention, even though that back seat doesn't look all that big, it is much more spacious compared to the 2024, which is just baffling to think about. So let's check out a 2024 side by side. So I'm back at the Rock Springs Toyota dealership, and I'm always kind of blown away by just how many Tacomas and Tundras that they have available on this pretty scarce lot. There's not a whole lot here ever. You know, I mean, it's kind of in the middle of Wyoming, so not the largest dealership at large, right? Connected with the Honda dealership on the far side there. But I just want to show you down the line up here and remind you just how expensive these are. One of these in particular kind of blows my mind just how much they want for it. It's a standard turbocharged four-cylinder, doesn't have the iForce Max. We're talking this guy right here. So wait till we see the price tag there. And I want to actually look down at it yet. Very similar to that 2023 Tacoma TRD Pro that we just peeked at. Example down there. Obviously not a TRD Pro, but I want to show you that one too. So we'll start on this side here, and forgive me guys, it is a little windy today, but I just want to give you an idea of what we're working with here. You know, a TRD off-road here and an SR5. Let me show you SR5 pricing. This one here happens to be kind of on the lower end, that I've noticed. Anyway, just under $44,000. SR5. Remember, this used to be like high 20s. That used to be regular or a normal thing for it. Whereas the TRD off-road here, I think we're gonna be looking at high 40s. Well, I stand corrected. I actually hadn't looked at this one. $51,240 for this TRD off-road. But get a load of this white one. I do kind of like the roof rack on it. I've actually never seen that on this generation Tacoma just yet, from factory I should say. Obviously I've seen a lot of modified ones, but get a load of this price tag. $55,477 for this TRD off-road. Doesn't have the iForce Max, so you have a little iForce Max badge right here showing that it does have the hybridized turbocharged four-cylinder, but nope, we don't have that here. The roof rack though, $1,200. $1,200 for that roof rack, which you can easily get something like that aftermarket, and keeping it at $700, pretty simple. But let's check out a couple more of these. Really, I'm just going to jet down here. This right here is a pretty common sight across the nation. We just see so many brand new, oftentimes 2023 models still at this point, but brand new Tundras collecting dust. They're able to move them and they're able to sell them because they're coming with huge discounts right now. We're talking $8,000 to $11,000 off of MSRP, but that's the only way they can move them. That is the only way they can move them, because they come with price tags like that. 82 grand. 82 grand. Definitely not your Grand Paps Tundra anymore, because that is out of most people's price points. That is for sure. Thankfully, this one is still at least built in San Antonio, Texas, but that doesn't negate the fact that it is experiencing some main crankshaft bearing issues, and we have those large safety recalls taking place. Not for the 2024 yet, but who knows if that's actually going to come into play. Another Capstone, same price tag-ish. I want to show you this guy right here. So you tell me, you just saw that 2023 Tacoma TRD Pro in Solar Octane. What do you prefer? Do you prefer this body style over that? And, you know, shoot me straight, I do think this looks good. I won't totally beat up the look of it, but the fact that they hiked up the price tag so much really does bother me. And forcing you to have a rink-a-dink 4-cylinder underneath the hood right now. So look at that. So just under $54,000 for this particular TRD Sport. You know, so TRD Sport has the fake hood scoop up front there. But yeah, there you have it. This one does have a long bed. Actually, forgive me, because it is a turbocharged, it does actually, I think it is a functional, yeah, I believe it is actually, maybe a functional hood scoop nowadays with the turbo in it. But a long bed. I actually believe this was here the last time I was here several months ago. I'm talking at least, when you can look at my old videos, I think maybe 4 or 5 months ago I posted videos and this happened to be here back then. So it's not uncommon to see $4,000 or $5,000 discounts on the 2024 Toyota Tacomas here across all the different trims. Of course, not including the TRD Pro or Trail Hunter just yet, because they're just now hitting the scene. But which one do you prefer? Do you like that over that 2023 Tacoma TRD Pro? What body lines do you like better? And for fun, if you stuck with me this far, well, I think you wouldn't mind at least peeking at this one too. So over here we have another TRD off-road. I mean, there's no denying that the blacked out headlights don't look good, right? That does look sleek, so I won't beat up on that. Sorry guys, it's pretty windy today. $51,600 for this long bed TRD off-road. I think the long bed is a nice touch. Won't beat up on that either. And underground is, I like this color. It's my favorite color out of the new 2024 models anyway. So you guys tell me. So many examples here. This one there, that one cost more than that Tacoma TRD Pro back in 2023. Just 1 year ago, we're seeing tremendous price hikes across the board, in addition to pretty saddening quality control issues, right? We're having just a whole lot of problems between engine failures with the new Tundra and the transmission being the driving issues with that Tacoma. So let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know if you would consider one. Until next time. And guys, real quick, I figured this would be an honorable mention here. This is a 2nd generation Toyota Tacoma. This does sport the 4-liter naturally aspirated V6. And for a lot of people, this is, quote unquote, the last real Tacoma. Even the 3rd generation, for a lot of folks, didn't necessarily cut it. But this here really is as simplistic and raw as it gets. And there's a whole lot to appreciate about that, especially for true Toyota enthusiasts who just want something that works. Reliability, you turn the key, it's going to start every single time. This here checked a lot of boxes and scratched the itch for people. Not to mention, I think that is a timeless design. I love these headlights on it. That front end looks awesome in my opinion. Not to mention the whole proportions just look right on this. I love it. The hood doesn't, or the whole front end doesn't extend out too far and have an overbite. I think it really does look perfect. So figured it would be an honorable mention here of this example. What do you think?